Melissa has left a legacy that will never be forgotten. And while the Atlantic goes quiet for a little bit, it's possible activity could pick back up within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. I'll go over future systems in the Atlantic, and there's a slight severe weather threat tomorrow. I'll go over that in this video and other systems around the world in this video. Here's CBS Cyclone, Friday, October 31st, 2025. Happy Halloween. Sorry, my cats just jumped on a table. Melissa is now a post-tropical cyclone. It has 85 mile an hour sustained winds. It is moving very fast at 48 miles an hour, so almost 50. That is extremely fast. And when it was still fully tropical, it was moving at 41 miles an hour. This system, I will be tracking it as it is. I will probably be tracking it as much as I can for the rest of my life. It should clip the Avalon Peninsula later tonight, and then it will be way up north, and I just like to track systems up there. It kind of fills my time during the off season when I've got really nothing else to do, and that's kind of like January, February stuff where the severe weather season hasn't picked up quite yet. Anyway, the infrared satellite imagery on Melissa, it's basically out of the satellite. It's moving out of the picture is moving so fast. And then the GFS model, they show a system developing in the Caribbean, either a very short-lasting system, a very brief system. It really depends on what happens, but around November, the middle of November, there is maybe a strong tropical storm or hurricane that hits Nicaragua. Though that is just one model run. Previously they showed it hitting Cuba and then other places, but because this is going to be, I don't think it's going to develop, but you can't leave that off the table, so I will be monitoring this situation. The European forecast model does not show this developing. However, the Climate Prediction Center right here, they have right here, let me actually show you just the Atlantic Basin. There is, in the Western Caribbean, there are not two areas. Next week, it is a 20% chance of development. That's what they're monitoring. That's what they're saying. There is a slight chance of development, so probably not going to happen next week, but the week after is the one we should watch out for. And while it is 20%, that can change. And then the National Hurricane Center isn't even monitoring anything as well. And if I can find it, the European forecast model, like their main big thing, they do show, I think I closed that tab, they do show some slight development out of maybe something developing here as we go into November. Alright, the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting a level 1 out of 5 severe weather threat for tomorrow. And then that's pretty much it. Not a tornado threat, not a wind threat, but a hail threat for central to southern Texas along the Gulf Coast. So anywhere from Houston to Brownsville, Texas, just be monitoring that situation. You could get some hail of 1 inch to 1.5, maybe some isolated spots of 2 inches. Invest 99W in the Western Pacific currently has 15 mile an hour sustained winds, a low chance of development in the next 24 hours. I do not expect it to develop, but I do expect Invest 98W to develop. I don't even know why that is there, Invest 99W. There are no storms associated with it. All of the storms are with 98W. I do expect that to develop. And then it should move toward the Philippines and then maybe hit China in the long term. And then there is another system in the Indian Ocean that has a 30% chance of development in the next 2 days, or not a 30%. It currently has 30 mile an hour sustained winds and a low chance of development in the next 24 hours. I do not expect that to develop either. In the Arabian Sea, the North Indian Ocean kind of has 2 spots, the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. There were a couple systems earlier this year as we were in September, but I mostly cover the Atlantic during the Atlantic hurricane season, and then kind of in the off season I'll do the Southwest Indian Ocean mostly. So I will be monitoring all of these threats for you. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching and see ya.